Yeah, so the last session we discussed about string. So how many ways we can create a string? How many ways we can create a string? Hmm? How many ways we can create a string? Tell me. If you want to create a string, how many ways we can create it? Hmm? How many ways we can create? There is multiple ways, right? One is like this we can create, one is like this we can create, one is like okay, like this we can create, and the one is like this also we can create or not. These are the three ways we can create. Okay, when you can go with this approach, for example, if my string has multi-lines, then the time better to go with this approach or not. Okay, my string has which kind of nature? Mutable or immutable? Strings are having which nature? Mutable or immutable? Come on, strings are having which nature? Mutable or immutable? Hmm? Immutable, right? Immutable nature. What is immutable nature? What is mutable nature? Anyone knows? Hmm? If you create an object, if you create a variable, the value of the variable is not allow you to do change. It's not allow you to do the change. That kind of nature, if you have, that is like a immutable nature. For example, I created like one of the string like this, name equals to such. If I try to update name of one is equals to z, then that time will it work or not work? It gives me an error. Okay, it's not assignable. Object is not assignable, something like this. To this object, the value is not assignable. Like this, you can get the error or not. Yes, or you can get the error. So yesterday we discussed about okay this stuff, right? Let me open our file. Yeah, you created a string. The next one is like you perform some operations on the string. Okay, how you can, for example, if you want to retrieve the data, how you can retrieve the data? There has two ways out there. One is like through indexing, you can retrieve the data. Another one is like through slicing, also you can retrieve the data or not. One is like indexing. Another one is like slicing. We can retrieve the data. Okay. Now, if it is like out of bounds, if I give string index out of range, string index out of range error, you can get it. Okay. Now, if you come here, okay, slicing, colon is mandatory, square bracket with colon. Okay, if you don't have the first and starting and ending, then the time it gives me, okay, entire string. If you have a starting one, ending is like end of the string. If you have a ending, starting is like zero. Okay, if you have starting and ending also, then the time it gives me the starting is 3, the difference how much? 2. So that it's going to give like two values like this. In Python, negative index also it supports so that you can add like a negative index also. Okay, the positive index starts with 0. Okay, in the forward direction, left to right. The negative index is going to start with -1 in the forward, okay, backward direction. It's going to if you come here, okay, -1 -3, okay, it gives me, okay, always the starting one should less than the ending one, but here starting one is like greater than the ending, that the reason it gives me a empty string. Okay, now if I write like this, the starting one is like less than the ending one, -3 is the starting one, so -1 -2 -3. Okay, the difference is how much? -3 -1 2. So that don't think like taking the values in the backward direction. Okay, from there it is going to take two values like hi. Okay, that is the that is the behavior. That is the behavior. Now if you come here, same. Okay, so if I reassign these values, if I reassign, now see name to, okay, if I reassign some value, then reassign some value, then come on. STR object does not support for what? Item assignment or not. Okay, it's not allow you to reassign the values. It's not allow you to reassign the values. So it is because of which nature? You're trying to change something after creation of your string. This is which kind of nature? My string has immutable nature, so that directly it's not allow you to do the change. If you want to reassign, you can, okay, reassign like this. Total element you can reassign, but in the string, one character, it is not possible to reassign. Okay, so string object has okay, not support item reassignment. So this is the one. Name Sachin. Okay, the name is like Sachin. Name Dhoni. It's not changing the existing Dhoni or Sachin. It's like completely reassign the variable or not. Okay, so that there is no issue with that. There has some arithmetic operations. If you want to concat, you can concat it. Okay, if you want to do something, okay, one string, if you want to repeat multiple times, just you can repeat that particular string multiple times like this. If you want to find the length of the string, yes, you can find the length of the string by using len. Len is the predefined method in Python, predefined function. It is not a method. Why? Because I'm not calling with any object reference, I'm calling like directly or not. The next one is like, if you want to check one character or group of characters there or not there. If you want to check a character or group of character there or not there, then the time you can go with what? Then the time you can go with one of the operator called as a membership operator. One of the operator called as a membership operator. Then you can go with what? Then you can go with in, not in. Okay, in the Dhoni name, on is there or not there? Yes, there. So that returns me true. Up to here we discussed, right? Come on. Hello, okay. Okay, if you want to compare the strings, for example, I have two strings are there. S1 equals to, okay, Sachin. Okay, there has one more string is there. Okay, S1, S2 equals to Dhoni. Okay, these two strings are like same or not. If you want to compare, we have some, okay, operators. We have relational operators, I can say. We already discussed greater than or less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, not equals to, like this or not. S1 is equals to S2. No. Okay, it's like false. For example, my S3 equals to, okay, such. Will it work or not work? S1 is equals to S3. Will it work or not work? Okay, false. Why? Because it's a case sensitive. For example, S4 is equals to, S4 equals to such in. Okay, now can you write S1 is equals to S4? Now the answer is like what? True or not? Okay. Now, for example, I have one string is there, A. Hmm? Okay. A equals to AB. This is my first string. My B equals to ABC. Okay, A, B, C. Okay, B equals to ABC. A greater than B. A greater than B. Is it valid or invalid? False. Okay, my C equals to AC. Okay, C greater than A. C greater than A. Valid or invalid? Okay, C greater than B. Valid or invalid? Now C greater than B, valid. Why? C and B. It's like checking like dictionary. Okay, dictionary order. See this. It's going to check for first one. A and A. Okay, both are like same. A and A, both are like same. Now if you come to the second character, okay, C and B. Which one is the highest one? Which one is the least one? Come on, yeah, C, B. C is like a big one, right? Yes or no? Based on the ASCII value. So that first one is like same. If we come to the second character, okay, C has the C. Okay, that means this particular variable having C, this particular variable having B. So that my C is greater than B. So here it gives me like true or not. Don't think like uh, C having two characters, B having three characters. That the reason B is like big. But here say this C greater than B. Valid or invalid? True. C greater than B. It's like true or not. Understood everyone? Okay, same like that. You can compare C not equals to B. Okay, same. How many relational operators are there? All the relational operators you can, all the relational operators you can apply here. Okay, up to here, okay or not? Okay, then I have one variable is there, name Sachin again. Name Sachin. Can anyone tell me the type of name is what? Can anyone tell me the type of name is what? Come on. The type of name is what?
String.
Hmm?
String.
STR, right? For example, if I write like I equals to 10, I equals to 10. Okay, my type of I is like what? Int, right? Okay, for example, can I write like type of int? Type of int. Okay, this integer is what? This str is what? That is the question. Okay, you not get the proper okay output, but what is this str? What is this int? Hmm? Now, can I write like okay print type of name? What is going to be print type of name? Come on, can anyone tell me? Print type of I. What is this? What is this? Print type of I. Okay, type of not. It's a JavaScript method. EYP. Tell me, what is the output? By seeing this one, tell me, what is this str? What is this int? Hmm? Now, different data types tell me in Python. Different data types tell me. String or number. The next one, b equals
Float.
to okay true. For example, b equals to true. So can I write like print of type of b? What is the answer? Now, as you said, c equals to 12.4. Okay. Next, print type of c. Okay. Next, d equals to 1 comma 2. Print uh, print type of d. Result. Next, e equals to 1 comma 2. Print type of e. Next, 1 comma 2 f1 comma 2. Print type of f. Okay. Next, name such print type of j. Now, if you come here, now see from here, if you observe, you created like a one variable called as name searching. Okay, the type I can say like a string, but internally, okay, if you observe that str, okay, it is like what? A class representation or not? Yes or no? It is a class representation or not? Okay, now you already know, right? How to create the class in Python? Tell me how to create a class. Class A. Name equals to okay, number one equals to tell me. Number 1 equals to 10. The next one, come on, number 2 equals to 20. Now d of my sum is equals to print print self dot n1 plus self dot n2. Okay, now is it valid syntax or not? Okay, now my question is type of a is what? Type of a is what? Okay, a type is what? Can I print this like this? Now what is the type? Come on, what is the type? Now here print type, it is going to give like type, it's okay. Now I'm going to create an object for this particular one. Okay, how we can create an object? Okay, now can I write print huh, type of obj? Now tell me. Now, if you observe here, and this one is like similar only or not? Class, class. The class name is what? A. Okay, main underscore. This is the package. Okay, here is what? What is the class name? Dict. Okay. Now tell me, obj is which type? Obj. You created an object for which class? Come on, respond. You have to
A.
understand internally. You created an object of which class? A class or
A.
not? A class. Perfect. That means you created a class. You created, okay, na? You created a class and you created an object for that particular class. If that object type, if I observe, that is an object of which class it represents. This obj is an object of which class? Tell me. Obj
A
is
class.
an object of which class?
A.
A class. If I observe the type, if I observe the type, it tells like what? It is an object of A class or not. See, obj, I know that it is an object of which class? A class. If you see that print, if I print the type, it is an object of which class? That class object it is giving you or not? Yes or no? Tell me. Okay. Now the same story. See, listen careful. Okay, na? Sachin. Now, if I write a print type of okay name, it gives me this one. Now, can you elaborate what is this name? Here, by seeing these two statements, obj is an object of which class? Come on, obj is an object of which class?
A class.
A class. Okay. Now, how you come to know? See, I only created A class. I only created an object for the A class by using obj or not. So that my obj is an object of which class? A class. Like this, it is going to give me the output or not. Now, if I write the same statement, 36 to 38 statements are same or not? Yes or no? Now, if you observe here the name, it is also gives me something like this. Now you said obj is an object of a class. Now tell me, my name is an object of which class? Tell me, obj is an object of a class. You said that's correct. Why? Because obj you create an object for the class. Now tell me, my name also gives me the similar kind of output only, na? So tell me, the name is an object of which class? Yes, TR class, right? Yes, TR class, right? Yes or no? Okay, now whenever I created a variable like this, okay, internally, it is an object of which class? Internally, it is an object of which class? Int class or not? Yes or no? So that can we conclude one statement in Python? Okay, some other programming languages also like JavaScript also. In Python, whenever you create a variable, okay, with some reference based on that particular variable value type, they internally create an object, okay, or not? They internally create, okay, internally add that particular reference as an object to that particular class or not? Now if you observe this one, name equals to Sachin, it means internally it create an object of which class? Internally my name is an object of which class? Yes, TR
STR.
class or not? It here also, whenever you create a variable with the value of 10, my 10 is which type? Integer type. So that, okay, now, okay, my A is refers to what? Internally my A is they created like an object of which class? Int
Mm.
class or not? Yes or no? So each and every variable internally, each and every variable reference internally, it is pointing to one class object only or not. Yes or no? Agree with me all, or come on, did you understand or not? If you understand the class, it's very simple thing. Okay. Now again see, I have a class, simple class, I can take it. I have a class B. Okay, nothing, I didn't write anything. That's okay, fine. That's okay, fine. Now, how to create sorry, how to create an object? How to create an object? Tell me. How to create an object in class in Python? Like this, you can create an object. I want to print the type of this particular row. How we can print the type? Print type, exact type. If you want to print, you can put it like this. Can anyone tell me what is the answer? You can get it. Can anyone tell me what is the answer? You can get it.
Class underscore underscore name. Oh,
Yeah, that means okay. Okay, this is like a B class, right?
yes.
Okay, it is an object of which class? B class. So, okay, here also same. I know that O is an object of which class? B class. My output also what? My O is an object of which class? B class object or not? Yes or no? Now, if I write, okay, okay, done. Now, if I print type of players, if I print type of players, tell me.
Class list.
Okay, class list. Okay. Now, by seeing this one, you said like what? Okay, O is an object of B class. Why? Because I created. I know that O is an object of B class only. But here, you don't know. Okay, this list is an object of this particular players is an object of which class? I don't know. Why? Because I didn't create. But if you observe this printing the value type, this one, okay, similar to this one. Whenever you see this one, you said like it is an object of B class. Whenever you see this one, okay, it is an object of which class? Okay, my players is an object of which class? Come on, my players internally is an object of which class? Hmm.
List.
List class or not? Okay, okay. And one more straight question. See, you may not use okay OOPS concepts directly, but everything interrelated to OOPS only. That's very, very important. For example, my question is very simple. You have a class object. What you can do with that? If you have a class object, what you can do with that? Straight question. Tell me. Your opinion. Tell me. If you have a class object in your hand, what you can do? Now, okay, this class only I want to take it. If you have a class object, you have class object already. Class object is there. Object is available. Okay. Now this is my object. Okay, O1 equals to A. If you have a class object, what you can do with that object? You can call the members, right? You can call the members or not. Okay, now tell me, in this particular A class, how many members are there? In this
Three.
particular A class, how many members are there? There has three members are there. One is like okay, number 110, number 220, and the next one is like a sum. Okay, there has three members are there. There has three members are there. Okay, now okay, if you want to call it, how we can call if you want to call it, how we can call? Come on, by using obj o1 dot something o1 dot something o1 dot something like this. If it is like a instance members, if it is static, then by using a class name you can. Okay, now I'm going to write some code. Just you only tell. Okay, this is what is this? Dir is what? It's a predefined member or user defined member? Hmm? It's a predefined member or user defined member? Predefined. How we can say it's like predefined? How we can say? Why? Because you not defined. At the same time, you didn't get the error. Though somebody defined or not? Who defined? Python people defined. Okay. Now it is a which type? dir is which type? Dir is like a predefined Python function. Okay, if I call like this, okay, it gives me something. It gives me something like this. Okay, dir. Okay, there has so many. Okay, a list of elements you are getting. Okay, that elements and everything I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to add something more. If I write like this, I added like what? A. Then what happened? Can you check it? Then what happened? Can you check it? Now, I'm able to see something. Okay, these all, okay, you can leave it. You can leave it. These all, you can leave it. But last three, did you observe? Last three, did you observe? Tell me, last three.
Nothing.
What are those?
Numbers of it.
Members of a class, right? You're members of a class or not. Now, among these all, you know one of the method. Did you observe anyone? You know one method. You know one method.
Hyphen in it.
Hyphen in it, right? Say this. Hyphen
Yes.
in it or not. Okay, so remaining all also that kind of methods only. Okay, by default, see this. N number one, number two, sum I added. Yes or no? Conclude. Tell me. I added. Okay, so that number one, number two, sum added here. Remaining all, am I added? Am I added remaining all? Tell me, remaining all, am I added? Come on.
Mm.
No, right? Okay, am I added in the class here? No. But still they are showing here means my members are visible. What I added. That means these are the members now inside the A class. Some extra members also visible, but those are not added by me. If you not added, still visible means who added? Who added? These are like, okay, Python people, okay, inherit some of the members into my A class or not. Wherever you see underscore underscore, most of the times these are like what? Okay, Python people only added those members. Python people only can think like add those members. Understood, everyone? Okay. Now these all are members of which class? Come on. Members of which class? A class or not? Now my question is very simple straight question. If you have a class, inside the class, how many members? Members is nothing but variables and methods. How many members are there? How we can find it? That is the question. My question is very simple straight question. In your hand, one class is there. Inside the class, how many variables, how many methods are there? How we can find it? That is the question. Tell me. If you have a class name, how many variables and how many methods are there? You have predefined, user defined, not a matter. Total members, how we can see? By using dir function, right? Dir. If you have a class, can you pass that class? Yes or no? Tell me some predefined classes, what you know. A is my class. Tell me some classes, what you know. SDR is one class, init is okay, int one class, list one class. These all are like what? If you observe here, you only said, right? It is an object of which class? 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. Now tell me some predefined classes I'm asking. You have to tell predefined classes. If we observe here, players is an object of which class? Players is an object of which class?
List.
List class. Okay, here O is an object of which class? O is an object of which class? B class. Who created this B? I created. Did you create the list? No, you not created, but still it is showing, right? That means you not created, still it is visible, still it is working, means who created? Python people. Python people, whatever they define, those are like predefined only or not. So my list is which kind of class? User defined or predefined class? Predefined class given by the Python people or not? Like this, how many classes are there? Predefined classes. Some of the predefined classes, tell me. Each and every data type there has a similar class. That means for every data type there has a class is there or not, equivalent class is there or not, string str into int. Okay, like that. Now you have a string class str is my string class. See, there is no error, nothing. In this class, who created this class? First question. Str class, who created? You or Python? You or Python? String class created by whom?
Right now.
Python people, right? String class created by the Python people, class created by Python people, but object reference who created? O. Who defined? I defined O or not? Now my O is an object of which class? Come on, O is an object of which class? Object of which class? Str class or not? Yes or no? O is an object of str class. So str class created by whom? It's a predefined class or not? Okay, who created? Python people. So in this class, how many members are there? I want to know. So how we can come to know? In my str class, how many members are there? In my str class, how many members are there? How we can come to know? dir. dir. Okay, in this dir you can pass whatever the class name you created, a predefined Python people created, it is not a matter. Okay, you can pass directly that particular class or not. If you go with this one, in my Python dir, Python string class, these all underscore methods, leave it, but these methods are important. You should have to learn these methods or not. Yes or no? Okay, these many methods inside which class? These many methods inside which class? Str class. If you want to call a method inside the class, how we can call it? Using an object. Where is my object? O is an object. So by using this O, can I call any one of the member? Okay, if you want to call this method, okay, how we can call it? O dot, say this, capitalize. If you come here, my capitalize is like which type? It is a method. You can call like this so that it gives me like this or not. Yes or no? Agreed? Tell me. Okay, o dot upper, for example. O dot upper. It is a variable or a method? Check. It's a function, means method. Method inside the class. If you call like this, now if you come here, it is turned to be like uppercase or not. O dot, okay, this method I want to call it. Each and every method we can discuss. Okay, starts with, okay, it gives me what? Start with take at least one argument, 0 given. Is it starts with yes or no? Okay, yes or another one? It starts with yes. Okay, if you come here, lowercase yes, false. It starts with uppercase s. Okay, Python also case sensitive or not? Like that, by using that particular object, you can call any one of the method which is inside the str class or not. Understood? Internally. Come on. Okay, okay then. Like that, different classes you said, right? Tell me another class. dir of, come on, Another class, tell me, integer. Now you can get all the methods which inside integer class or not. These many methods are there. Tell me next one. Dir of bool. Bool. Now you can get all the methods which is inside which class? Which is inside which class? Boolean class or not. Okay, not only methods, variables and methods you have to tell. Next, dir of float. Dir of float. Now if you come here, you can get all the float class members or not. Dir of list, you can get all the list class members or not. Say this. Okay, underscore underscore leave it, but these are you can learn. Now the next one, dir of next class set. Now these many methods are there in the set. Dir of tuple is one class, right? TOUPLA. Why it's not defined tuple? Don't worry. Okay, how we can find it? 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. Okay, now print type of a. Now it is like which class? TUPLE, right? See this. This is the way you can find it. TUPL. Okay, now can you get the tuple class members? Only two only there. Next, dir of dict class also there. Dict class. Now you can see the dict class members also or not. Agreed? Understood or not? Internal thing understood or not? Come on. Okay. In Python, if you create a variable, it means internally it is an object of one class or not. Simple statement. If you create one variable with some data that is internally is an object of one class or not. That class can be if the value integer int class, string str class, boolean bool class, float class, okay, list class, set tuple dict like this. It is an object of one class or not. If it is an object of one class, you can access the members of a class or not. If you have an object, what you can do? You can access the members of that particular class or not. How we can see the members of a class in Python? How we can see the members of a class in Python? Come on. By using dir predefined function or not. Understood or not?
Yes.
Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? Okay, now this is the time for learn which class methods. Which class methods you want to learn now? Which class methods you want to learn now? Our discussion is about which class methods. Our discussion is about which class methods? String class methods or not? How we can find the string class methods in Python? Dir of str. Okay, now you can learn all these methods. Okay, now? Okay, some of the important. Okay, remaining all we can see. Okay, now? Okay, then. Now my question is very simple. I want to make our string. Okay, I have a list of players out there. I want to take the players whose name starts with S. That is the question. Whose name starts with S? Anyone? I have a list of players. Now players equals to, okay, like this: Sachin, Dhoni, and Kohli, and Saurabh, and Subman. Okay, next UV like this. I want the players whose name is starts with S. Whose name is starts with S. Anyone? Hmm?
Players dot starts with of S.
Players dot starts with of yes. Okay, so he said like players dot starts with of yes. Okay, how many people are support that particular statement is like valid or invalid? Okay, how many people supports to that particular statement? He said players dot starts with. Come on. He said players dot starts with. Hmm? He said players dot starts with. Hmm? Tell me, how many people are okay with this statement? Hmm? How many people are okay with this statement? Hmm? First of all, you said players that start with, right? First, tell me, players is an object of which class? First question. Players is an object of which class? List.
List.
List class. All are okay, right? I already told you, whenever you create a variable, internally that variable reference is an object of one class. In this case, my players is an object of which class? List class. Perfect. Okay, this is an object of list class. Okay, by using an object, what you can access? You can access the members of that class or not. You are accessing starts with means is my starts with is the member of list class or not? You can check it. How we can check the members of a class? How we can check a
dir.
members of a class? Dir of list. Perfect. Now if you observe this one, do we have the starts with? Hmm? Do you have the starts with? Tell me. No, right? If in the class that member is not there, how we can say you are going to call that member by using that object? My players dot starts with is not the member of list. List object has no attribute start with or not. Yes or no? Okay, you think like it's like a string method directly you called, but your players is an object of string class or list class? Tell me, my
List class.
players is an object of string class or list class? List class. Then how we can call string methods using list object? Using list object, you can call list methods only, right? Yes, no? Tell me. Hmm? Come on. Did you remember we discussed about one of the method called as a filter method? Yes or no? Filter is a predefined function. Okay, if you observe the print of type of filter, what is this one? This filter is not a okay user defined, it's like a predefined member only or not? Print. Okay, filter is like a predefined member. Okay, now if you observe here, see class type, it's a default one, it's going to show. Now if I write like a filter, okay, it is like a filter, can I call this one? Yes, you can call it. Filter is expected how many arguments? Filter is expected how many arguments? Two arguments. My first argument is what? You forgot. Your first argument is like a lambda function. Okay, lambda, not only lambda, your first argument is like a function, it's like a callback kind of, right? Lambda, one function. Okay, so first argument is your function. Okay, every time it is going to give the value. Every time it is going to give the value. Okay, you can use that value or whatever it is how you want. And the second parameter is what? Second parameter is what? Your list. Okay, now see, filter, it's take two parameters. First one is like a function, second one is like your list. Okay, my list contains how many members? My list contains how many members? 1 2 3 6 members. In my first iteration, okay, this lambda is going to call, okay, by passing first value. What is my first value? Come on, what is my first value? Tell me, Sachin. So my val is which type? My val is which type?
str,
STR, perfect. If you have a STR, it's a string. So my val is a variable, holds a string. So val is internally is an object of which class? String class. If you have a string class, in the string class we have a method called as what? Starts with method, starts with what? Yes. Yes or no? Now, if you come here, okay, it gives me something, filter. Now, can we convert into what? Okay, finally, I required like what? List, right? Now, if you see this, you can get like a Sachin, Saurabh, and Subman, right? Yes or no? Come on, we discussed about filter method, we discussed about map method, we discussed about reduce method. These all methods at the time of functions we discussed, right? That time I taken like the player runs who is like hit more than, okay, play, I think student marks, who got like more than 400 marks, then the time you filtered or not. Now this is the time for what? Okay, you know the string methods. First time first value you can get it, that value starts with yes or not. If true, then the time that's okay. If it is not true, then the time it's like ignored or not. Got my point? Up to okay, everyone. Okay, just recap all the things, whatever we discussed so far. Okay? Okay, then we'll continue my things in the next session. Next session is on Monday. Meanwhile, just you can revise all the sessions what we complete. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.